just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Cleveland. This is Jakeem Grant. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. At their own 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Here we go, D. Get off the field. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 4.
And he'll power his way up near the 25. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
2nd and 4. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd Now a handoff as they run left side. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty. But it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look. 6 DBs. They go play action now. Jackson. He's going to air one out. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. They'll start by running the option to the right. 1st down and more for Jackson. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Play action. Now Jackson. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. But they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with 1st downs on each play.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Running from the gun with Henry. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Now whistles and a flag. flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That's complete to John Ross. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
A check down here for Henry. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he'll get this up to the 25. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And now here's a carry heading left. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now they try the right side here. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the 8, they've got it first and goal. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. As his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
After the penalty, it's Henry. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun handoff to Henry. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Now it's Jackson. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Derrick Henry. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. A give to Henry. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Flush to his right. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. John Ross, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he returns this to the 22. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
from the gun. He'll hand this off. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. Play action. It's Jackson. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Now a handoff looking right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jackson. Got a man, and Schwartz complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. Working with his 2nd and 4. They go play action with Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play there for the Dolphins. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Rolling to his left. The ball comes out. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Jackson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Again, it's Henry. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Browns drive about to get started. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Come on, 18.
Now Jackson on 1st down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
It's a gain of 12. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. All day, every day, any day.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Dances by him, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. Jedrick Wills, former 1st-round pick, guilty there. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. 102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson got a man, and he hits him in stride. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
To throw is Jackson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Jackson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Play action. Now Jackson. And this is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Jackson now. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down right around the 18-yard line. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it. Powers through him, pushing through the contact. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. So a big decision there to go on 4th down. Gets him not only to 1st, but gets him the touchdown as well.
And Brandon, you and I know that all these coaches tell us if every play is executed the way it's designed, it goes for a touchdown. But let's be honest, they were shooting for the 1st down on that one, and boy, were they fortunate to take it all the way in.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Jackson's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And shedding a man at the 40. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he'll take this one down to the 36. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now it's 2nd and 9. This is Henry. Fights him off. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And the busy night for Henry continues. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. A solid run by Derrick Henry. And here's another 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Jackson going to run again. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Jackson being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
2nd and 10. They'll run with Henry. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Henry. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The kick by Sanders is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
The Browns drive about to get started. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They've got to burn the timeout, and they do, but a costly, costly sack. And now maybe just time for one final play. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Throwing, Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. One last shot for Jackson. Keeps himself upright. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Well, going into the